Breaking into the ring, he doesn't win with speed or beauty.
Big right hand, and then Camacho just sinking into the ropes. He's in trouble here. Camacho goes.
His style is often criticized, but his reach and cold decision-making make him a nightmare even for heavyweights.
A message for the right.
He squeezes the space, controls the tempo, and punishes every mistake.
And he's beginning to chew up points here in the third round. Big punches.
And when his right hand finds the target, everything stops.
Trouble finding Hussein Mohammed early on. That's another.
In boxing, they call him the Sauce. And this is the story of Lawrence Okolie, a fighter who values control over noise and results over aesthetics.
There it goes.
Lawrence Okolie grew up in Hackney, a place where fate rarely gives you a second chance. The son of Nigerian immigrants, tall, awkward, a body that grew faster than his confidence. At school, he was ashamed of his body. Kids mocked him.
I really took on other people's words and internalized it, and I'm starting to feel a certain type of way about myself, like unhappy. I might have the answer in class, not wanting to speak out, or I was definitely more within myself.
But one day he watched the Olympic final. Anthony Joshua stood on the podium. The crowd roared. Britain celebrated. And in that moment, Okolie said a line no one heard. "I'm going to do the same, even if it sounds ridiculous." Ridiculous, it was.
Oh! Yes, Lauren!
But that sentence changed his life. He stepped into boxing at 17, made the national team at 23, and reached the Olympics at 24. A kid who didn't fit the template, broke the template, then everything started moving fast.
As much as the Olympics is a lot of people's pinnacle, I've had goals from before the Olympics of what I want to do as a professional.
March 25th, 2017, Manchester. A debut buried deep on a world title undercard. Okolie steps into the ring, walks through the center, and 20 seconds later it's over. Two short right hands, and stunned silence. Who is this guy? You could hear from the press seats.
Eddie, was that plenty of sauce like you promised in the build-up?
Yeah, loads of sauce, but he doesn't know it yet, but probably the biggest learning experience tonight was waiting.
2 weeks later, another first-round stoppage.
Sağ sol koşulara da bir darbe geldi. Polonyalı boksörü Rusyev için. Rusyev'den sol koşa geldi az önce. Başlar başlamaz yine.
Then another.
A message for the right hand from Okolie.
And another.
You know, he's yet to take a step up, and one of the most important things is that
He will do well to get out of this first round. Big right hand again.
4 fights, 4 first-round finishes, less than 10 minutes spent in the ring. He was raw, unpolished, sometimes awkward, but every punch carried a kind of power you can't teach. From there, everything started repeating itself. Opponents changed. The rounds didn't.
he's losing the rounds here, but he hasn't looked under too much pressure.
Some tried to wait him out. Some tried to tie him up in the clinch. Some just tried to survive. But every time, it ended the same way.
Due to be out on that Banyu Hay undercard, and down he goes again, left to the body this time.
I punch hard enough and well enough to hurt people, so I should be doing that for as long as possible during fights.
Those 7 fights weren't a career. They were the warm-up for a machine that was just starting to accelerate. And right at that moment, someone dared to say, Okolie is easy work. That someone was Isaac Chamberlain, and London started to boil.
I'm going to train so hard, I'm going to knock him out cold.
Who? You know Isaac? I don't know Isaac.
February 3rd, 2018, O2 Arena. This wasn't a fight, it was a turf war.
Don't come close to me like this, big man. Don't come close to me like this, big man.
What? You've never seen this.
Talk too much, man.
2 young predators, 2 stubborn characters, 2 crowds ready to erupt.
Chamberlain, tackle, craft, and the know-how to take.
Round 1. Okolie lands a sharp right and Chamberlain drops as if someone kicked the legs out from under him.
Get it right. Right hand from Okolie.
But the fight stretches on. Isaac lives in the clinch, pushes with the shoulder, drags the pace.
Take it to close quarters and get physicality and the strength, and he has.
Trying to dominate this cruise. So exciting at the moment.
Forget about the big time at them.
Referee warnings turn into point deductions.
Furious start here. There's the big range and reach.
Isaac Chamberlain is doing very little at him. If he gets past...
It feels like two men fighting for something far bigger than a belt.
Just set up the shots at him. I haven't seen him doing this before. Let go. It seems to be Okolie who's initiating the holding now.
Round 6, another clean right hand, another knockdown.
Isaac Chamberlain needs to make... Oh, good right hand. He's touched down.
Yeah, big
that's
shot.
A knockdown.
Glove touchdown, and that's another big problem for Isaac Chamberlain.
By the 10th, the outcome is undeniable.
Orthodox body punch from Isaac, from Lawrence Okolie there. Just a heavy left up to the body.
Okolie wins by unanimous decision, new WBA Continental Champion. And for the first time, Britain sees it clearly. This tall, awkward kid isn't an accident. He's a demolition project. Next came Luke Watkins, 13-0, the reigning Commonwealth champion. He thought he could handle it.
Number 9, and this end. It's nice work, this.
Third round. Okolie fires a right hand that sounds like someone slamming a metal door.
And he's beginning to chew up Watkins here in the third round. Big punches, and Watkins is down. And possibly out here. He tries to get to his feet quickly. Michael Alexander.
Watkins drops, rises, and collapses again. Okolie wins his first belt, the Commonwealth title.
Lit up the scene of late. Who's awkward and comes from different angles, and he's again trying to get the...
Matty Askin was a different level entirely. The reigning British cruiserweight champion, a man who knew exactly how to turn a fight into hard, messy work.
Lucky enough to that. How good can he be?
For Okolie, it was the first big domestic title shot.
They're partly to blame for this messy fight, leaping in the right hook.
Good left hand from Okolie.
It looked less like a boxing match and more like a fist fight in a narrow hallway.
The offender in this, in terms of the holding, way in. And if they come together, look to work the body, not just look to hold. A bit heavy hand, a good right hand there on the way in by Okolie. Matty Askin is making him sort of leap in. He's leaping in now with shots.
3-point deductions for Okolie. 1,000 boos raining from the stands. It was the ugliest fight of his career.
Frustrated, really. Matty Askin probably just not experienced and comes forward, but he chooses to
become the new.
After 10 grueling rounds, Okolie became the new British cruiserweight champion, with fans split between cheers and boos.
Cruiserweight champion, Lawrence Okolie. Well, differing subjective.
For me, it's a learning curve and a continuous journey. Whatever anyone wants to say, I want to put on more impressive performances, but this takes time.
After a dirty, draining psychological war, Lawrence returned to what he did best: destruction.
In the gym.
Oh, left to the body and down goes Lodi right in.
In February, he faced Thomas Lodi and dismantled him piece by piece. 2 knockdowns in the second.
Oh, big
1-2, and down he goes again here, Lodi again on it.
2 more in the third, and the Hungarian simply stopped resisting.
Always has been in the pros, and he's landed it again there, and just knocks him back into the...
He throws that long right hand really well behind the jab. There's a right hand again.
Chopping right hand and down.
A month later, he met Wadi Camacho with 2 belts on the line, British and Commonwealth. Everything ended in the 4th.
Story of Okolie dead.
Okolie to try to find some space, big right hand, and then Camacho just sinking into the ropes. He's in trouble here, Camacho goes down to a knee under.
A sharp combination forced Camacho to take a knee.
And then Camacho just sinking into the ropes. He's in trouble here, Camacho.
Then a precise right hand sent him flying into the ropes, and the referee jumped in.
We've got a minute left. Crunching right hand, the right.
And in July, Mariano Angel Gudino felt the same fate, dropped in the third.
Well, what a contest that could possibly be.
Shaping up the last few days, he's done nothing.
Then dropped 3 times in the 7th.
Into work, good right hand, just crashes. Corner could save him from that by pulling him out at the end of this round. Shot.
Until he simply refused to continue.
And down he goes again there.
3 fights, 3 stoppages, 6 rounds filled with knockdowns. In 2019, Okolie looked like a predator who had discovered his own power and stopped holding back. And in exactly that state, he walked toward the man they called the Tank.
This title, please welcome the reigning.
Yves Ngabu wasn't just another opponent. He was the European champion. Compact, confident, relentless, walking in with a perfect 20-0 record. A tank that pushed everyone backward. But that night, he met a man who doesn't step back at all.
Ngabu beat in 2017 to win this time. This is third defense. Lawrence Okolie now.
You know, what are you waiting for?
Left.
In the 7th round, Okolie finds the moment he had been waiting for. A left hook, then a right.
Okolie, sol köşe. Bir sağ köşe. Sallandı şampiyon. Okolie.
Ngabu collapses backward, his legs betraying him. And Europe understands, a new predator has arrived. After beating Ngabu, Okolie was supposed to walk into the biggest night of his life, a WBO world title fight against Krzysztof Głowacki. He had already trained, already lived as if he were champion. And then, a week before the fight, Głowacki pulls out a positive COVID test. The title shot disappears. For most boxers, that's psychological freefall. But Lawrence does what only the truly hungry do. He fights anyway.
Out of Koszalin, Poland.
December 12, 2020, Wembley Arena. Instead of a world title war, he gets Nikodem Jezowski, a Polish prospect with ambition, but nowhere near enough time to prepare for those endless arms.
You're going to bound to fight with someone on the inside like that.
Jezowski was getting ready.
Okolie shuts the door in the very first round. 2 knockdowns, clean as a blueprint.
Jezowski actually hit through a left hook.
He's hurt again. No, he's concussed.
In the 2nd, another one.
One time that you're hurt, your legs are buckled.
I just so rarely see. Jezowski has done a dance twice. I don't like this at all. That's it. You've got to stop this.
Jezowski stops being part of the conversation. Okolie walks away with the vacant WBO international belt and delivers a message to Głowacki and to the entire division. I'm ready for the title right now. Tomorrow if you want.
Won the Commonwealth title, then added the British.
In 2021, the moment finally arrived. The vacant WBO world title against Krzysztof Głowacki.
There he goes again. This guy put him in his place. Keeping the separation with that lead hand and then bringing that right hand.
And Okolie did what world champions do. He gave away nothing, not an inch.
A bit. With the power that he has, it's a daunting task, you know.
Cold, calculated, long and sharp like a surveillance drone over a battlefield.
He wasn't ready to right.
He could be disguising it, could be waiting. Oh, well, he
Good
felt
shot.
that one.
On
He
again.
felt that as well. Głowacki is starting to look a little bit sneaky. Cannot get inside it, and as you say.
And in the 6th round, the beloved big right hand lands and ends everything.
It's not giving Głowacki any opportunity.
There it goes. That big right hand that he's been...
And then he proved it the way real champions do. First came Dylan Prosovic, a 3rd round knockout.
Are you afraid of power now too? You might not get up at all.
Next was Michał Cieślak, one of Europe's toughest, most charged contenders. Pressure, density, punches through the guard.
He's up with very little defensively.
Okolie dropped him in the 5th with a right hand.
Missed in 3 rounds. Oh, brilliant right hand. He's been looking to pinpoint that shot.
But the fight was no walk in the park. Clinches, grinding exchanges, tactical drag, rope battles. Still, after 12 rounds, a clear victory for the champion. Then came David Light, a New Zealand prospect who made the fight sticky, awkward, uncomfortable.
Just trying to, just touching me. A little bit scrappy at the moment. His power has been his poison.
Round by round, Okolie won, but something became evident. His rhythm was slipping. The knockouts were fading. The wrestling was increasing.
Okolie from that point onwards.
And the chaos he once commanded started to pull him instead. It was the first quiet warning.
It all started for Okolie as a debut and produced.
And then came what happens to everyone who rises too fast. Billam-Smith. After 3 title defenses, it seemed clear. Lawrence was moving toward one destination: unification. He was winning in every way possible. Fast, brutal, grinding. But he was winning. And that's exactly why the fight with Chris Billam-Smith shocked the entire division. Billam-Smith wasn't the most technical, the fastest, or the most naturally gifted. But he was the kind of man who never steps back. The kind of engine that never stops. And most importantly, he knew Okolie personally.
I haven't seen Chris knocked out before, so it's a tough one. I don't know yet.
He'd trained with him, taken punches from him, felt his rhythm, and knew exactly where the weaknesses hid inside those clinches. And on May 27, 2023, in Billam-Smith's hometown, all of that came to the surface. From the opening seconds, it didn't look like a title defense. It looked like a fight between two men with too much shared history and too many unresolved truths. Every time Lawrence tried to impose control, Billam-Smith broke the clinch.
Well, we heard Chamberlain quicken in the corner there, asking
so maybe there's a little bit of damage to one of them.
Every time Lawrence slowed the pace,
people are talking during the week about the...
Chris exploded with combinations. And suddenly, everything that used to be Okolie's weapon, his strength, his reach, his dirty control, started working against him. The referee was taking points. The crowd was roaring.
Billam-Smith was that Okolie will hold. Straight out of the gate, Billam-Smith.
The chaos kept growing with every round.
feeling of the fire, excitement, adrenaline.
And for the first time in years, Okolie looked like he didn't know what to do next.
I don't want to be giving away them free body shots because they do accumulate.
That's a good to throw punches. Now that was very obvious. That looking for the right handers. A certain number taken, trigger a DQ. That's not how it works.
In the 10th round, Okolie was knocked down for the second time.
Great high, and some of these rounds are last few. Okolie goes down to his knees, and the referee, Marcus McDonald.
And in the 11th, the canvas pulled him back down.
Again, Okolie as he pours forward. Billam-Smith trying to find the shot. Left hook on the inside, and disentangles himself. And comes to that hand. Down goes Okolie. There was a punch in there that time, and he's counting again.
These weren't bone-crushing shots.
The strength he has shown here, Billam-Smith.
These were confidence-crushing shots.
With that left hand, a little bit too left hand.
A man who once held a world title suddenly looked like he couldn't move his own body. Everything he relied on, the clinches, the bursts, the pressure, was cracking under the weight of his own mistakes. When the final bell rang, the judges only confirmed what he already knew. He wasn't the champion anymore. Okolie didn't look for excuses. He acknowledged the key turning point midway through the fight.
100%, man. When I was in there, he was doing a lot of good stuff. Got a good knockdown, which changed the momentum of the fight. And from there, he was putting in some really good work, and I was struggling to get my foothold back in the fight.
Many thought this was the end of the chapter, but in truth, it was the end of the old Okolie.
And I'm the type of person that can adapt to a loss. It's no big deal. I'll be back again.
He's got that X factor. He has that thing that you cannot teach.
He's a dangerous opponent.
This guy can fight.
He moved up to Bridgerweight, and immediately, Łukasz Różański, a local hero. Pure aggression. A man who charged from the first second. But on May 24th, 2024, something happened that no one expected. Okolie stepped forward and destroyed the champion in the very first round. The crowd barely realized what happened, but a new era had already begun. He became the WBC Bridgerweight champion. After Różański, he made the decision that changed everything. On October 8th, he vacated the title and moved up to heavyweight. Signed with Frank Warren, he was no longer just the tallest guy among cruisers. He became a problem for men 15 to 25 kilos heavier. And his heavyweight debut, Hussein Muhammad, a fight meant to answer one question: would his power follow him up? The answer arrived in 2 minutes.
He's setting it up well behind his challenge, and this has not been too bad a start from Okolie. Good shot.
Opening round, and Muhammad crashes to the floor like he was caught under an excavator.
Any trouble finding Hussein Muhammad early on. That's another splendid opening, isn't it? Muhammad might not beat the count, however, he's looking very closely at him. Up at 8.
A new WBC silver heavyweight is crowned, Lawrence Okolie, not just a debut, the beginning of a new hunt. And then, the real test. Kevin Lerena is a man who has fought Daniel Dubois.
Still right in line to get hit with that same shot.
A man who knows what it feels like to absorb the real weight of Justice Huni's punches.
What he needs to do, throw punches and bunches, vary the levels with
a man you cannot just walk in and destroy.
And like Okolie, the heavyweight hunter in
But at Wembley, Okolie showed what trainers saw back in 2017. His length and cold decision-making are a nightmare for heavyweights.
I wouldn't give up on that shot.
He outboxed Lerena, outmaneuvered him, wrapped the ring around himself like a web.
When he keeps it long like this.
When it is on your terms, Darren, you know better than anyone, but you really...
An exciting one, Kevin Lerena.
After 12 rounds, the judges lift Okolie's hand, and the heavyweight division understands this is not an experiment, this is a new contender. And then came the announcement that shifted the entire landscape. On December 3rd, the WBC officially ordered Okolie versus Moses Itauma, a final eliminator. The winner fights for the world title. But before he steps into the room where the phenomenon Itauma waits, Okolie must face a man who is dangerous, precisely because he is underestimated. Tete, the kind of opponent you cannot relax against. For Okolie, this isn't just a fight before the eliminator, it is a test of discipline, a test of control, a test of the chaos that once cost him a world title. If he beats Tete convincingly, he enters the Itauma fight not as an underdog, but as a man reclaiming his purpose. If this story drew you in, hit like and subscribe. A fighter's path is never straight. Sometimes he breaks. Sometimes he breaks others. But Okolie is the kind who comes back stronger every time. And his next chapter will be louder than the last.